has a larger-than-life personality. He always wants to make people laugh. He's the life of the party.
He's the first one to get up and tell a joke, sing a song, like the spotlight was always on him. And even like now, for anyone's like wedding or birthday or like a big event, he will take the Unicorn song, an old Irish song, and make up words about that person. He'll print out a chorus, everyone will sing along, and he just like puts on a show no matter where he is.
He was very active with our church. He's the Eucharistic minister. He was very active with the CYO, also doing sports events. He coached a lot of the kids' sports. Very competitive family when it comes to sports and games. Billy was a salesman, definitely a job for him. So on July 17th, 2013, we had just gotten home actually from a doctor's visit down at Jefferson for Billy for something that was totally unrelatable to the stroke. We weren't home 10 minutes. His brother Greg was over, home with Liam, and I heard a big thud upstairs. I sent him up to find out what had happened, and that's where he found Billy trying to get up in the bedroom.
So I went upstairs and he was like on one knee and just kind of like reaching out for my hand, and I was so confused at like what was happening. And then he like fell backwards and like hit his head on like the side of the wall, and then was just laying there and was like freaking out. And at first like I was like so confused at what happened. Like I was like is he just messing around? Like what is this?
Billy was airlifted to the University of Pennsylvania Hospital, where he was given a 10% chance to survive. His carotid artery had torn. We still don't know why or how, and that sent up the clot that caused the massive stroke. He lost the right side of his arm, his legs, and he had lost his speech. When he left University of Penn, he went to Bryn Mawr Hospital, rehab hospital, and he spent 2 months there. At the beginning, he couldn't say much of anything. He could say his name, a few other things. Most of the time, like, yes was no, no was yes. He eventually started getting a little bit of mobility back in his right leg, and from there, things progressed. I mean, he's definitely a miracle. He's puts so much into it. Every day, he does some type of rehab. When he left Bryn Mawr Rehab, he became part of their outpatient program, which was 3 days a week, all day. And during his time when he was in the hospital, his cousin Kevin had talked to me about fighting back. He actually drove me over to show me where it was and said that it could be a possibility, you know, down the road for him. He eventually went to fighting back. He had received a scholarship, and here he is today. He's walking now without his brace and his cane, though I think he's supposed to still have the brace or the cane with him. His balance is so much better. He's moving his shoulder, his arm so much more. His speech has gotten so much better. They've done so much for him physically and mentally to help him with his independence, gaining that back.
The real reason I nominated Bill is basically his personality and his character. He shows up every day with a smile on. He says hi to everyone, shakes everyone's hands, and he's been through a lot of setbacks. His stroke was not a minor stroke, it was a very severe stroke. And on top of that, he had to battle some hernia and gastro problems on top of that. And every time he continues to bounce back, better and better, hardworking, always wants to increase the weight. He's very consistent, doesn't miss a workout. So he does everything with a smile on his face, and he's always pushing himself, and he's pushing me too. Sometimes I have to pull back on the reins a little bit, but he's always trying to get better and better.
I mean, we still have conversations, and it's still great. We still laugh all the time, but it's just a little bit different, like in that aspect. And there's some things like I have to help him with that. I mean, most other kids don't have to do with their fathers in terms of like getting something for him, or like tying his shoes, or like tying his tie. I had to do that yesterday. So life's definitely a lot different, but I mean, it's still all good. We still have a great relationship, and I think it probably even brought us closer together.
So right after it happened, I was a senior in college, and so it was hard for me to go back, and so I would come home every weekend for a little bit, and then because my parents are so supportive, including my dad, like they want me to be happy and be able to live my life, which is a way like they always have been. Even though like it is different, like talking to my dad, and it requires a little bit more patience and, you know, trying to figure out what he's trying to communicate, you still have to, what I like the best is that his personality is still there.
There's no way that we would have been able to do any of this without our family and friends. We have a huge group of friends and family. As I said, he's one of 8. Every one of his brothers and sisters took a night. When he was in the hospital, you know, we were there every day, but he was never without one of them there at night or during the day. And with the help of Fighting Back, we don't need someone there with him all the time. He loves to make people laugh. He has a huge collection of hats and costumes that he would give out. We have something called Hat Day that we do every summer on the beach, where there's hats for everyone that are with us, and we kind of conga line our way from the house to the beach. When he was in Bryn Mawr rehab, it was his birthday, and I was trying to think, what are we gonna do for his birthday? And I ended up bringing all of his hats to the rehab the night before, so that the morning when he woke up, all the nurses and therapists and the doctors all were wearing his hats to wish him a happy birthday.
I know this video is about my dad, but I definitely want to give my mom a shout out because with everything she's done to help him every single day and every single week, the sacrifices she made, there's no way he'd be able to be where he is without her helping him every day.